Good morning. Few of you were asking about a little bit more detail on the putting calculations. So we're going to do that today, and we're going to start with just a quick reminder of the basics. And the basics are this: you take the number of feet, you add or deduct the number of inches of elevation. So this gets us to 96.1, 98.5 minus 2.4, 96.1. We're on a standard green, 7.9. Standard greens, we don't need to make any adjustment whatsoever. So 96.1. Watch out on the course. This will not read 0.0, which is clearly the correct reading by the ball. It will read something different. It will read usually about minus 0.8. That is because on the course it measures from the middle of the ball, which is wrong. So you need to add for that as well. On the putting green we don't. 96.2, something like that. Now here the ball, you can see there's quite a big slope at the start of this one, and it continues as well. It's going to have to travel a little bit further because it's going round in a bit of a circle. It's going round sort of this way. Probably about 3 or 4 grids over this one. So we'll hit this one maybe about 97 or so. I'll use the putt preview just so you can guarantee a ding somewhere like that. Should do quite nicely. How did that not go in? But you can see that obviously that is the right distance. Now what we are going to do is to switch the green to different green speed. We're going to move to a very fast green speed this time, so 10. And the exact same thing applies. The exact same thing applies. We've got 96 is the distance, but this time, because it's a 10-speed green, we multiply by 7.9 divided by 10. So 96 times 7.9 divided by 10 is 75.84. And what you will find is that because it's a faster green, the ball is moving more slowly over it, it will turn proportionally more. And so, if I hit it on that line right there, it's probably going to end up over somewhere over here is my guess. So what do we say? 75.84. Add a little bit for going round in a circle. About 77 should do the job. I misting that a bit to the right so that it'll hold its line more than it should. But you can see it now drifting off this side. The misting there held its line. So we'll take the mulligan and we'll go to a green speed of 12. And again, in exactly the same sort of place here. We aimed about 4 grids over right the last time. So I think if we aim probably nearer to 6 grids over, that might be more like it on a very fast grid. So 98 minus 2 is about 96 times 8 over 12. I often use 8 instead of 7.9 as the green speed. It just means I'm less likely to be short. So make this about 64. Oh, what happened there? Caught a little bit of a ridge there, but you can see basically how much more proportionally it turns an awful lot more than it would do on an 8-speed green. And that's all I want you to take away from this. Basic formula for calculation, and on a faster green it just turns proportionally much more. On 7.9 we were aiming about here. On a 12 we're aiming over there, and it's still gone sort of 3 grids to the left. You also saw if you misting into the break, it seems to do a little bit better. So let's do exactly that. Let's misting this into the break a little bit. You have to hit a little bit harder, but I'm going to misting this deliberately to the right. You'll see how much difference that makes, and how much more it holds its line than it did in the previous putt. That's going straight in the middle of the hole, isn't it? See how much difference that makes. So a little bit of a misting to the right, you can save yourself an awful lot of having to read the break quite so much. Okay, so we decided to go to Merion and show you a few interesting putts. I'll explain what we're doing. So I've deliberately put this into a diabolical place, an absolutely diabolical place. It'll only let me do 12 speeds in practice mode, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. But nevertheless, I'll talk you through what we're thinking here. You'll get the idea. So 29.4 plus 4. Now, on the course, this is telling you lies. It's measuring from the middle of the ball, basically out of foot for the lie. Sometimes it's 0.7, sometimes it's 0.9. And you can see the difference in, there's a huge slope here, right? You're going up a full inch just over there. 29.6 plus 4.3 plus 1 for measuring from the wrong part of the ball. 30.6 plus 4.3 is 34.9. 34.9 times 8 over 12 would be the normal, the rule I told you on the putting green, right? If I hit that, it will not get there. I'll aim over here and I will show you that will not get there. 23.2 is, that's 22.5, that's 23.2, right? It should end up somewhere over here, yeah. It didn't get there for two reasons. The first is have a look at how much that's going round in a circle. So the ball's got to travel further. It sort of dies about, finishes about here, and then it just keeps going because of the natural green slope there. Now, in practice, when you're going up a reasonable slope, that was just a moderate slope, you need to add a little bit for it just not playing like a 12. It plays a little bit somewhere between an 11 and a 12 on a relatively small slope like that. And also you need to add a bit for going round in a circle. So if I were to hit, well, you can see if I needed to hit that about 25, you had to get to sort of here. So if I hit that 25, it'll still miss lower, I think, a little bit. But, you can see that looks pretty good. But it's still zooming off over here. You see, that's a great putt, but it's gone. A few of you'll miss that. And if you're playing on 13s or 14s, it's likely to go down there. So we'll take that back, and we will have another go. I'll aim over here. I'll just do the putt preview again as a guide for what this will do. We said about 25, didn't we? It guarantees me a ding. It goes over there. Look how far that's gone over there. That is a menace. And so that's really dangerous, right? I mean, a 13 or a 14, you have no chance of getting this close. You're aiming over here. You're hoping it stops around here. It doesn't. It shoots over here. One thing I would really advise you towards doing, I'm going to hit this a little bit harder and hit a massive off ding. And just watch how much better this holds against the slope than the other one. So, okay, it didn't go in the hole, but it stopped there, and that is a much easier putt to hold. It takes a little bit of practice to get that right, but it's a one that I'll use quite a little bit on, a lot on Merion 5, Merion 6 if I get out of position like this. Yeah, there's a few others, 14, 15 in particular actually, 18, all have places that you would want to do that. So let's see what hole we've got next. 327 yards. I'm playing off the red tees though, so I'm not really sure what this is, to be honest. We'll see what's next. There's quite a few good holes at Merion to have a whack at. I'm just going to whack this up and in. Can't be bothered lining that up. We're going to learn anything from this, unfortunately. We're going to learn absolutely nothing at all from this hole. So let's restart the round and try again. Oh, perfect. So we've ended up on Merion 5, which is exactly where I wanted to take you. Good. And actually, what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to lay this back into the sort of place that you would be coming in from normally, just to give you a bit of a better feel for the hole. You don't really want to see me hitting a wedge in there and putting it a few feet from the hole. So again, I know a lot of you struggle on this one. Particularly with the pin back there. It's a bit of a shame we didn't get that one actually. But 164, it's up 3 for the elevation, 167, a little bit into the wind, 168 or so. You can see if you look at the slope there, the brown is a steep slope away from the hole. We can't afford to be here, it'll just roll off the green. Here is okay, it'll sort of roll down. Here is okay, leaves you a little bit of bendy putt, but it's certainly makeable. The sweet spot for me is to actually land this slightly past the hole, just let it trickle right down there. It can go in if you do that. Landing it slightly left with this wind is okay too. So 160, about 169. I'm going to give it a little bit extra to make sure we get there. I'll leave the pin in because it's easier for you to see what's going on. Got the heartbeat, and you can see it sort of coming back down into a reasonable place there. Now that would be far too easy if we did that, wouldn't it? So let's give this a whack over there and put it in a diabolical place. Right, good luck from there. So when you get these really horrible putts like this, same logic applies, but I often go first to the green view just to try and give myself the longer really bending one. I find this view just helps me get the overall contour of the green. I can sort of see what's going on a bit easier. I haven't got dots moving all over the place. So it's only slightly downhill to there, and then it starts to really accelerate away. And the problem with this one is going to be that it's just going to want to keep going and going and going and going, and if you're playing on a 13 or a 14 from here, you are likely to put off the green, unfortunately. So first I'm going to show you what would happen if you use the standard method. 19.9 minus 11 plus the 1 for the WGT, telling you porcupine, telling you that telling you it's actually a foot distance, an inch difference in the elevation. 9.9 times 8 over 12 would be 6.6. I remember we're going over here somewhere as well. Feel about right. Often I like to just sort of put a marker down, sort of where I think, and then just sort of let everything else challenge my initial guesstimate. So go for putt preview. You'd have to hit this a little bit harder going over there. Remember, it's going around in a big circle. If I hit that there, I suspect it's just going to roll all the way off the green. You can see what happened there quite well. Yep, we're nowhere near it, rolled off the green. So this is where feel comes in. when you're going down these big slopes, it's a little bit like putting down your bathtub, right? There is just no friction whatsoever. It is just going to keep going and going and going and going and going. You need to sort of try and pick your spot. And for me, picking the spot here is going to be somewhere up here. You're just going to try and drop it. You're just going to try and drop it down there. So what's that? 9.3 minus 3.7 plus 1 minus 2.7 is 6.6. I've got to hit that just over 4 to get there. We can also use a little bit of off ding as well. So if I hit that around about, I'll give it a little bit extra, around about there, a little bit of off ding. Then it should just mosey its way on down. It's breaking away, but it's not going to roll off the green. Still got past the hole. You see how much we took off that putt there just to sort of lag it down. We'll have another go at that one. I kind of enjoyed that one. Let's have a go with that again. It's gonna. You see this little arrow here, this one here coming down. That's kind of it's a very cool line. If we could just get up to, we could just get it kind of rolling up to there. That would be very cool indeed, wouldn't it? So up there. Just have it dribble down, and that's sort of how I think about those putts. The other one that you're going to get here a lot is you're going to get this putt from over there. Yeah, over there. Hopefully this won't roll off the green. You're going to get this one quite a lot. It's going to sort of take a kick forward and roll over here. The danger on this one, you're going to be short. Not only do people not realise the 1 inch problem there, so they're going to be short anyway. They're frightened of the green, they're sort of lagging it up, they're forgetting that you have it to go over this extra distance here in a big circle. I guarantee they'll come up short. I quite like to have this putt against opponents. So another miss down here. Very rarely miss up this top side. So 12.7 plus 1.8 plus, remember we're going around in a circle here, right? We're going around in a circle. I mean, that's probably another 1. 14.8. And we're going up, so 2 out of 12. You probably add another 10% for that. You're going to be talking about something. It's a 12 point. What did we decide? Sorry, 12.7 plus 1.8 plus. We decided that we were going to add another 1 for going around in a circle, and then we're going to multiply that by 8 over 12, and we're going to add another 10%, so it's going to get us equivalent of about 11, somewhere between 11 and 12 for dead weight. I hate being short, and therefore, yeah, is that sufficient? I think that's probably okay. I mean, probably try and off ding this slightly, hit it about there. There you go. Easy game, right? If I just off ding this a little bit as well. So I've missed it, I've hit the ding, accidental ding. I was trying to show you that it wouldn't make much difference if we just hit that putt like that. Now, which hole are we going to? We're on the back pin. No, it's kind of a shame it wasn't the front pin actually. Okay, let's see if we can get to the front and leave ourselves a horrific putt. That'll be really cool. Or we could just hit it in the bunker. That's a better result than it deserves. So we should have quite a big uphill putt here. So how I would look at this one, 47.8 plus 6.1, that's 53.9 times 8 over 12, 35.9. But we know we're going up a reasonable gradient here. And we know it's not really going to play like a 12 speed. It's going to play a little bit nearer to sort of an 11 point something speed. So we're going to add another 10% or so. We're going to add 4 for that. Which is going to get us to sort of around about the 40 sort of mark. 47.8 plus 6.1 times 8 over 12 times 1.1. You're still 39 in a bit. That should be enough to make sure we get there. Consider if you're going around in a circle. We're not really going around in much of a circle there. A little bit of right and left, but it's not shocking. We'll hit this 40 and just see where it goes. Should hopefully just drift past the hole. Yeah. Easy lag. Would have been nice to hold that. I'll try and off ding it this time, so you can see the difference. And you can just notice how much more that holds this line. There you go. Easy eagle. And what's this? Oh, this is a nice one. We've got the back pin as well. That's wonderful news. That is wonderful news. And I will take advantage of hitting it down here because it's. I don't trust myself to put it where I intend to. If I'm coming in with a 3-wood. Okay, the putt that one will leave here is sort of up here. It's a good gold. What's going on there? That would probably be the hotel internet, is my guess. It just doesn't like us. 133 less, a couple for that, 131. I'll make sure we don't overshoot. Using a slightly different ball than normal. I just need to think this through. Yeah, that's okay. Using up an old ball that I've won from the showdowns. So yeah, this is an exciting putt. You're never happy when you finish it. And basically, to get this back pin, you've got to just crawl over the top of this, and it'll roll down, nice and tight. So 27.2 minus 10, 17.2 times 8 over 12. But look at that. You're going down a really big slope here. This is going to want to run on and on and on and on and on. What's worse is it's going to start wanting to run on and on and on and on about here. Let's keep shooting past. Now, you can see this ball here rolling down there is a really good place. It's a really good place to just sort of stop and roll down there. There's more break getting to that, so it's going to break until it gets to that spot. How does that feel? And again, you can see I'm just kind of, how does that feel? How does that look? I'm just sort of using my experience. Guys will count dots, they'll count how fast dots move and stuff, but honestly, on putts like this, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't help anyway. You're just trying to get a good feel. This is how I putt anyway. Others count speed of dots and they use some formula that blows my mind, and then hit the putt with varying degrees of success. But this one, so we decided it was 11.46, which was 11.5, right, to be dead weight. We know that it's going around in a circle. That's probably going to make it 12 and a half, 13. But then we've got, remember this bit here, as soon as it gets here, it's going to dive. It just needs to get over the top of this and it will dive and roll down. So for me, I'm going to take a little bit off this. I'm going to hit it around about there. Let's see how this gets on. You don't want to be short. And unfortunately, I can't see where that finished because of the. Yeah, it was a pretty good putt, right? I mean, you'd take that from over there. Player was in the bloody way. So yeah, I mean that's a nice putt there. You'll notice if we, I'll move this in a little bit and I'll hit it off ding, style slightly harder. Is an equally good way of playing it, so you don't have quite so much break to. It'll sort of come back onto this line eventually. See how much less break that took if you do that. The converse is also true. It's worth showing you that. Yeah, drat. Well, we're over there somewhere, right? So we'll do this. Do it this way to start with. So that was the. That's what happens if you don't. If you hit the. Now this time I'm going to miss the ding left. And watch how much worse this becomes. So actually, it's not really made any difference. That's really weird. Hasn't made any difference at all. That might be just random chance. But normally what I was expecting to happen there is it would have rolled way over to the left. We'll do that exercise again. That was just a bit weird. Yeah, for some reason it hasn't made a lot of difference there. It's almost as if the further left you go, the less it breaks. Just a one of those weird ones. What else can I show you on this screen? Not a lot, I don't think. I mean, that's the main putt. So look, I hope that is useful, and thanks for watching.